Hello there, Akko here. Welcome back to Regrowth. I've got so much stuff to do and so much stuff to show you. I want to start by talking about this. Now, Joshy very kindly left me a comment after the last episode and told me how wrong I've done this. Right, so the way the power generated from this works is, let me just check the comment here. It's distance to rotor, so that's this distance, which we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, by water tower height. So 4 times 3 times config value, which is times 25. So that's 4 times 3 times 25 divided by 256. Then it's times 1 for each of these sluices, and it would be times 4 if these were the upgraded ones. Then it's times 2 for the aluminium rotors. That did all die, by the way. They've already been destroyed because I left it running. And then that's per 5 ticks, so that's like 4 per second. And that's how much RF we make. It worked out I was making about 3 RF a tick, which is really good. And it really showed how bad it was when I tried to make it do some pulsating chipsets after the episode. And you can see it's got about a third of the way through one of them there. And yeah, not doing a great deal. So what I need to do is I'm going to reset this up downstairs once I've got the engineering floor done. Now the problem is if you look at my hammer, it's down at 106 durability. So I've dug out all I can. I've not set up the filler again. I should have really set up the filler, but I've not got on setting the filler up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have one that's going to be 10 across. So distance to rotor is going to be 10. We're going to have titanium rotors. Now the rotors do burn out pretty quick. I'm hoping the titanium ones have got titanium I'm talking about, isn't it? Yeah, titanium ones do. They have a multiplier of 5 compared to 2 of the aluminium. So I'm hoping they'll last longer as well. And then we're going to have this going as high as it can. So down on the engineering deck, of course, we're already underground quite a way. We're at, what are we at? We're at 50 odd. So we're about 10 blocks underground already. If we come down here, I didn't want to come down there at all. Where am I going? If I, hello, oh, you come up here, have you? I need to capture one of them and make him mine for me. Reminds me. So much stuff to do still. I've actually got about 20 quests to hand in that I'm going to hand in a minute. So we'll come all the way down here. This is the subfloor to the park. And the park will be getting made to look a lot nicer. This is the top half of the engineering floor. So I want this to be about 6 or 7 blocks high, and that's going to have its own basement as well. But the mariculture power source is going to be down here, so we're down at, we're at now 30, so I should be able to get about 20 blocks of height of water. And it doesn't have to be source blocks, it can just be flowing water from the top. So I'm going to have water right near the top. Yeah, so I am going to play around with that just because it's a little bit different. I like the look of it, but that's not going to be my main power source. I'm thinking of going for biofuel running through combustion engines, so I need that area down there to set that up though. So I'm going to do a couple of things before we get back to tech. Now while I'm down here, I need to come back up and get something actually. Let's start by handing in all the quests I've done. So I've done a lot of stuff off camera, and the reason for it is because it's all getting a bit samey. Oh, I bed this area. This is the bottom of the bunker. Oops. It's a little bit awkward getting up these stairs sometimes. These ladders. So that's going to be the way down to the vault. This is going to be the bunker basement. And eventually we're going to have a bunker here at the minute. We'll just go through there. Back to the old base. So I've done a lot more flowers. What we've got here, we've got water breathing seeds, night vision, strength, sulfur, gas soul, slime soul, and fire resistance. So let's hand all them in. I'm just working them up to 10 10 10. They're not at 10 10 10 yet. One of these should be, oh no, none of them are, so that must have been a fresh one. There we go, that was 2 3 3, so that's had one run across and then run back. So I need to check these. I'll do all that off camera though, and keep scanning them, get them to 10 10 10. These should be getting pretty high now, I think. So that's 5 6 3. So what's this one at? This one is at, drum roll, 7 10 8. So getting there, not quite there yet. Let's just put that there for now. Put that there, and them gas soul seed, gas soul essence of the gas, let's go in there for now. These things I noticed have Landstriders or Funchines videos, you can just eat these. You can make them into the potions, but if I wanted a quick 20 seconds of night vision, there we go, look, I can get a quick 20 seconds of night vision. Which is pretty cool. How's that gunpowder? That might come in handy. So, you can just eat them petals, or you can combine them with essence. Oh, a little bit of a crash there then. Didn't let me pressing U on that. Let me try again. There we go. It wets there. I don't know if I've relogged. You've got to do a fresh. You've got to do a fresh start, otherwise R or U can crash you. You see there, depending on which essence seed you use, you can get up to 25-minute potion. One water bottle, one essence seed. Make sure that. It's very cool. So yeah, that's them. So let's hand all them in. So if we come into here, like I say, I've got what 20 quests to hand in. I've got 23 quests with unclaimed rewards. Crazy stuff. So we're going to come down to the life of the world. No, we're not. Which one am I looking for? It's is it what the world enables? Nope. There we go. What the world is built from. So I've done round all these. We had withering seeds already. Gas seeds. I'm going to keep taking the essences because, of course, they're the ones that are worth most. Extreme essence for slime soul seeds, and then these ones at the bottom. We had sulfur, fire, and night vision done. So once I'd done fire resistant seeds, it actually opened up strength seeds for me. So that was cool. And then when I did night vision, it opened up water breathing. So that's also very cool. So I'm sure the strength and the regen that we already had from down there is going to come in very handy when I fight the Wither. So I shall make myself some decent potions at some point. The three I've got left in here are these three. Now all three of these, Ardite, Cobalt and Osmium, I cannot do just yet, because if you look at Osmium seed, it needs refined steel, and that's the one thing I cannot make of these things yet. So refined steel is steel back through a blast furnace again. So I need to blast furnace steel. So I need to get to make steel first. So of course we make steel in a normal blast furnace using, come on, there's nothing normal there. Yeah. What am I making steel with then? Molten steel. I'm missing steel ingot, yes, melting steel down. This is all just melting steel back into steel. How do I actually get steel? I'll have a quick check of that off camera. But yeah, I haven't got refined steel yet. What we need to do for that is to get on with some of the quests in here. We need to now to get a blast furnace made, which I've got the stuff ready for. Then we need to make steel tanks, and we can make well, blast furnace. We can start making steel, and then it wants us to make a high pressure boiler. These all use steel as well. So we need steel for them and them. So we need to hand that quest in. I'll go do that in just a minute. I've also made them two. That is the way I'm going to go with my power. I think I'm going to ferment sugar cane, and run it through a still to make it into biofuel, and then use that in the combustion engines. Yeah, that's I think the way I'm going to go anyway. Let's have a look what else we can hand in. So we cannot do the Wither yet, because we're not quite ready for it. What the world teaches, nothing new in there. I think there's only that one book left that we get to once we do symbology. I think that book is. What the world enables, we just looked in there. We've got 3 quests to hand in. I'll come back to them. What the world is built from, so that's them that we've just done. No more to do in there yet because we need the refined steel. And if we come down and code in the world, nothing more in there yet. That's one I'm kind of leaving to the end, I think. Then life of the world, this is where I've done a lot of stuff. I've done all these and I've got one left to do. So let's run down there and get the bits for that. Now some of these seeds you had to make, it's not spawn eggs, not seeds. Some of these spawn eggs you had to make previous spawn eggs to make to get the next level one. I'll show you. So what I've got in here is I've got a big collection of spawn eggs in there. You see there I've got villager, ocelot, blah 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 blah, all the way through all them. And then, for example, the last one we make is a fallen knight. For the fallen knight we need a bone block, which is part of what you use to make a skeleton. We also need a skeleton Look at that, that uses a bone block and a skull candle. We've got a block of flesh and a zombie. That uses a block of flesh and a skull zombie. A zombie candle. Zombie brain. These all use spawn villagers, so I had to make more spawn villagers for both of these. And then this one uses a withered skull candle and some experience drops. So let's run down to our runic altar. You go in there. Done no work in the park area, really. I kind of made the Britannia area a bit sorted, but yeah, this doesn't look like a park yet. It's just a square box with grass in it. It will look like a park when I'm done, I assure you. So what I've done here is I've got my 3 mana generating pools of water. I am going to change this to a 7x7. I'm going to do 2 7x7s eventually, but for now I'll leave it like that because it's working okay for me. And that's sending using these 3 elven spreaders into this mana distributor, which is spreading it into these 2 pools. These have both got a spark on that's got the recessive augment on, which means it'll send it to the mana sources, to the sparks. So what we're getting is that's filled these, it's keeping these 2 full, which is keeping my gate open. And it's also got these 2 mana spreaders, which send to here when I've got things on the runic altar to craft, such as all this. We've put all them on there. Give that a whack with a wand, like so. And that's going to start making us our last egg, which is a fallen knight. So while we're waiting for that, we can hand all these ones in. So we had egg, we had cow done, and I went around and did all the animals. This gives us more experience drops and extra eggs, so we're getting a lot more eggs here. We've got stuff like Ocelot, so we can actually tame a familiar if we wanted to. I've done that one already. There's the creeper one, the slam, what's that, silverfish, spiders. Now I don't know why I'd want to spawn most of these, to be honest. I was hoping there'd be coven witches in here. Oops, I've fallen out of it by mistake. Which one was it? Oh man. It was Life of the World, wasn't it? So 3 more. And bats. And then finally there, last one we want is Fallen Knight, which is what we're doing here. So I need, of course, a piece of living rock. Chuck the living rock on, give it a whack. And I've got my last one there done. Claim reward. And what we should have, I think, 98% saying. So unless there's something hidden there, possibly Coven Witch, or it might just not have updated like before. So that's all them done. And then what we've got left, how the world changes. That's our witchery stuff. Done nothing else in there yet. We have got a lot of stuff to do in witchery. The way the pack is made, there is a lot of stuff in witchery. And in here, next thing I need to do is the Silverwood wand. If you look at that, most of that's 90% done. So we've not got a great deal of Thaumcraft left to do. Next thing of Thaumcraft is to get an infusion altar built down here. And all that part, which I should probably be doing a lot of camera because it's just a lot of setup work. So there we go, we've got all them spawn eggs. And we've got a big lump of quests out of the way. So what I want to do now is I'm going to put them in there. One spawn eggs can live in there for now. And there may be things that specific things I need them for, but I'm not sure. Now where was I keeping? In there, wasn't it? Yeah, there we go. Is it night time? I don't think it is. It's not, is it? No. The enchanting, I am going to set up the Britannia enchanter, but I do need to get a set of books first. Now I want to get a set of books using a Thaumcraft fishing golem, because they get you loads of enchant books. So yeah, I've got a lot of Thaumcraft stuff to do. Right, we're not going to do that though. We're going to, for now, we're going to do these quests in here that we can hand in. So fermentation, it asks me to make a fermenter and a biogas engine. So that's these 2 guys here. What a fermenter does is if you feed it with water in that side and then a product in there, so I'm going to try with sugarcane. It needs power as well, doesn't it? No fuel. Use power? Sure, it uses power as well. What it does, it creates biomass. And biomass can be used in a biogas engine. If you look there, that's the stuff that comes on that side. This needs lava, and sometimes it just needs lava to start it up. Some of it uses a constant lava source. So for example, if I was using milk in this side, if I had some kind of cow milking device. Be right back. So I killed 6 wolves, and then I started recording again. As soon as I started recording, wolves started howling. I've been looking around, I can't find any more, but God, they're killing me. There needs to be a config option that you can turn that howling off. I don't mind the wolves being there, it's just the howling's horrible for YouTube. I'm sure it's horrible if you're just playing it. But anyway, right, what was I talking about? So yeah, we can use a still. Right, so what I was talking about is we can use this with certain things. So I'm going to be putting sugar canes in there once I can automate a sugarcane farm, which needs golems again. So everything, all my automation is going to be heavily golem based. So we can put in there biomass and lava. Just need a bit of lava to warm it up, and it could use biomass in there. So that's one way of getting power. Or we could then run that biomass into here, and we can make it into ethanol. Now the ethanol we can use to run a Regrowth boiler. So I was thinking of doing. Going with I don't know what I'm talking about. Combustion engines. What combustion engines use ethanol? I thought they used biofuel. Biofuel, ethanol, the same thing. Doesn't actually show you if you mouse over them, does it? I think these can use the ethanol. That's 6 MJ a tick, but it's not MJ anymore anyway. It's RF. But, yeah, that's the plan. Or should I use it to run a boiler? I don't know. I'll get back to that once I get a bit further in. So what I have got set up here is I've got blast furnace bricks. I've already made 9 there. So these need titanium plates that we made last time. Some essence of blaze. Some infernal bricks, which are just infernal bricks come from infernal blocks. Soul sand and nether brick that we've got, and some brick construction blocks from mariculture that we made earlier on. They're used of course to make the furnace and stuff, our crucible furnace and our anvil and that. So that's going to get us. I've done it wrong. Oh, I've not made enough. Well, balls to me. I thought I'd made enough of them. That was going to get us enough to make a blast furnace. Well, I clearly have not done it, but I think I can end the quest in. Blasting off again. It's going to give me a bit of titanium and a bit of steel. Interesting. So we can do that one. Now, what I need to do now is, this is steel tank, so I need to start making steel. And this is the high pressure boiler, which can give us a decent amount of power. So, industrial steam engine. It's been too long since I stopped playing with these because the Regrowth dev changed it. Corvette Jaguar. He changed it so that they use a lot more fuel, and I thought it just stopped being quite as much fun. So I've kind of not done them for a while. So I need to relearn a little bit of this myself. But there we go. We've got that quest handed in. Now the other quest we had in there. Oh, there's the still one. That's just to make that still I've got there. We can make ethanol with. And then yeah, our other question here is this one to go and get the ancient sand and the coral rock. Now what we're meant to do is we're meant to use this stuff. We need another one of them air tubes, and we need some RF power to run this. But I'm going to cheat because I'm a cheaty person, and I love mariculture. I love the concept behind it and all that, but Joshy makes everything just a little bit too difficult to bother with. I think. Sorry, Joshy. I know it's his decision, the difficulty level, but it makes everything just a little bit more difficult than everything else, which makes everything else a little bit of an easier choice to do. You know what I mean? I hope you get what I mean, dude. I'm not having a go at your mod. But, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a thing from a comment. Ring of char data, raw salmon, raw puffer fish. Looks like they might have to be the exact fish. Now a puffer fish you can make by putting a clownfish through your shift click. Clownfish can become a puffer fish. So let's see what fish we've got. Our fish are up top. I've definitely got mana steel, and I've got a water room, so that's okay. All I need to make sure I've got is the right fish. So if we run up here, from when I did some fishing before, I've got some fish up here still, and what we need was a cod and a puffer fish, wasn't it? So I ain't got either of them, so I need to work out how to get them. So I'm going to cut now. I'm going to go find out how to get those two fish that we need. Puffer fish, cod, salmon. Looks like salmon can create both of them for us. Have we got salmon? We've got tuna. No, I might have to go do some fishing as well then. So I'll work out how to get these fish, back in a bit. While I'm out here doing a bit of fishing, it would be remiss if I did not show you this. I made the iron tank that I had to make for the quest, and I've got my Buildcraft pump there, and it's pumping oil up. We've got a full tank of oil there, so once I've got a engineering floor ready to go, I'm going to have a refining room. I'm going to get all that brought across to there, and I'm going to... I'm probably going to... I could telepose a tank. Let's get into blood magic. Oh, I could just bring it across. Bring a lot of tanks, bring it a bit at a time, possibly. It's going to be a little bit awkward. But anyway, I'm out here. I've got up to now, I've got one more puffer fish. Of course, to do this, stand in water and fish. So I'm after a puffer fish or a salmon or a trout. I'm getting tuna, but not getting the other stuff. Clownfish should do as well. What are you? You're not the right thing, are you? So you can see which ones. No, look. So if you look at the puffer fish, you see if you come back there, we'll see that there's the ring of cod that we need. You also see that you get a mana infusion. So it's cod, not trout. I need to keep fishing, get the ones we need. So for this, I had to make some bait. You can see next to my fishing rod there is some bait. To get bait, you use the sifter, which we made for a quest early on, and you just right click dirt into it and that gets your bait. So I've got two types of bait. Was that a clownfish? That was not a clownfish, it was a butterfly fish. I've got two types of bait. Now this ant bait will work with a reed fishing rod, but not with this wooden one. But this bait worm will work with a wooden one, which is a better rod. So I'm using the bait worm up first, and then if I don't get what I need, I shall move on to the other rod. Neon tetra, I believe that was. Bloop. That's is it a ray fish? See, it's nice and fast. Neon tetra, rainbow minnow. What was that? Stingray. Okay. And there we go. That's the last of my bait of that type. So I need to switch rod now. Use some ant bait. So I use a stack of dirt to get all this bait, and that's going to give me a saddle. Awesome. Oops, failed. I would like to get a golem doing this for me. There we go. Second puffer fish. I can now head back to the base. I'll meet it down at the runic altar. I mean at my... No, it's outside, isn't it? Actually, I should do this outside before I cut. I just filled up my wand while I was out here as well. I've got a nice aqua node there. I've got a nice bright Pediccio node to the southwestish of me, but I've not marked it on the map. I've got to try and kind of remember. I've not marked it on my wall map with a pin. I mean, I've not marked it by putting like a dirt block or a torch or anything either. I've got a couple of order Pediccio nodes there. I've got one that's got a bit of terror, air and fire in it there, which is quite nice. Anyway, I think, is that one fading? Possibly one of these is fading close by here. My thing is still under there, so I need to put puffer fish, mix into a cod, mix into a salmon. Was it a salmon that I needed? It was, so I've got a salmon, got a puffer fish. Down then, I'll meet it down there to make our ring of cordator. Right then, let's make this then. I want one run of water, 4 of those guys, a raw salmon and a puffer fish. Gets me a ring of the cordator, and that is going to let me... Oh, I found that in a chest somewhere. Just sling that. Oh no, I didn't. I've got it on one of them loot bags here. One of them Thermcraft bags. So now I can swim fast. Because I've got a mana source, I've not got much mana in there. I just made some mana steel, so my mana's quite low in there. And I can swim fast, I can see underwater, and I can breathe underwater with that, I believe. So yeah, I made the extra 4 of them things with the putting the nether brick into the vat. So I've got me this made, and it's of course making steel. I don't know what I was thinking. Of course, iron plates and all that kind of stuff goes in there to make steel. I was thinking for some reason I was getting mixed up with titanium. So what I put in there is I put 32 blocks of coal. That's going to get me 32 blocks of coal coke, which I can then use in that. I'm not sure if the Foundcraft one does things different. There's a witching gadgets one, isn't there, that I know makes titanium, it being able to skip the limestone bit. So I'm going to certainly be making the infernal blast furnace for that. I presume it makes steel as well. For that, I need to find a decent ignis node, because we're going to need that to power it, or to speed it up. It works without, but really slow. Right, so now I've got this ring. Is it night time? Probably. I'm stuck behind the door. No, it's daytime, that's all good. So what we're after in the sea is, let's have a look. What we're after is ancient sand and a coral block. So let's see how this ring works. I've never used this before. So I've never been in a situation where I die so fast underwater as in this pack. So what we should be able to do is come underwater. Okay, so yeah, it's using mana. Just let me breathe. I just hope my mana don't run out. Oh shit. Oh no, I'm dead. Wow. Okay, that was quite scary. I've got mana in there. I think I might just make a potion of water breathing, just to be sure. Let's try this again then. What I've got myself here is I have got a water bottle, a strong essence, and a water breathing petal. Gets me a 15-minute water breathing. So that should be plenty good. So that's a nice little touch there. So my stuff still goes down, but hopefully, oh, look at that, I can swim real fast and everything. Excellent. So what am I looking for here again? I'm looking for ancient something. What are you? You're limestone. So let's have a look in my quest log. What I'm looking for? I'm looking for ancient sand and coral rock. Right. So let's go nice and deep. I don't think that's it, is it? Oh, it is. Sweet. So let's have some of this. So there's a bit of ancient sand. How many do I need? Just one of each. Okay. So now we're looking for some coral rock. Hello. Oh, it's lovely and fast. Yeah, ring of Cordator. Really good for this. I'm not seeing anything that looks like the coral rock just yet. I'm sure some will turn up. What are you? Abyssal stone. So this might have some cool stuff in there. Diamonds and such like. Sometimes you get dense like diamond and stuff in them. Look at that water have. Interesting. Not seeing none of this coral rock though. Now, I have seen the coral plants, I'm not seeing any of them either. So perhaps I need to look for them. These are the coral plants, aren't they? There we go, that's it, innit? There we go, coral rock. Ooh. What am I getting sucked into? I felt like I was getting sucked into something then. Weird. Oh, let's have one of them. So a copper pickaxe is what's needed for that. So there we go. Well, that's just weird how I'm getting dragged around there. Isn't it? It's almost like there's hungry node. Certainly things getting dragged that way, aren't they? You see the little things in the water? I'm not seeing no node lit up though. Possibly something I don't understand going on. Well, them little bits of things in the water are always there. Well, like this. This is nice and pleasant down here, isn't it? Okay, so that is should... Oh, we're not finished. Okay, what's next? Detection task. New detection task is to make a bottle of natural gas. Okay. What more resources come to your attention being available on the ocean floor? You've spotted small bubbles escaping from some spots of the ocean floor indicating the presence of natural gas below. If you dig down from these bubbles, you should find a pocket of highly flammable gas which may make you feel dizzy. You can utilise the air pump or redstone signal to collect this gas. With the air pump putting it into any adjacent tank. Bottles made from the heat resistant glass produced from ancient sand are a good way to store and use this gas. Okay, let's read that again then. Oh man. You can utilise the air pump or redstone signal to collect this gas. So is that what I was finding? Or was that the gas I was finding there? It says bubbles. Right, let me have a little look around for a source of bubbles. Are these bubbles that I'm seeing? I don't know. This looks like bubbles to me. So I'm going to dig down here. Still seeing bubbles? I was seeing bubbles. They seem to have gone. Am I going to find a gas deposit if I keep going down here? It said it would make me nauseous or dizzy. Ooh. So I'm in an underground cave now. Oh shit. Yep, that was gas. Okay. Don't light the gas with a torch. Silly person. So that was indeed gas. Looks like it's not anymore because I've spent it all out. Right, so I need to get that pump down here with some RF, which I've not got RF yet. So what in fact I'm going to probably do, I'm probably going to leave this quest for now and come back to it. But I don't want to get 70 in here. It's actually 70 reputation need of 68, so getting the steel stuff will get me to 70. So I'm going to leave that for now. And when I've got a decent source of stored RF is what I'm going for, which is probably going to be mechanism. So I'm going to hold off on that and come back to that. Right, I'll meet you back at my base. I think we'll give this another try. I've been looking for one of these. I've just found one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight down. And I'll use my pick this time. I've got night vision as well as water breathing, which is going to help, so I don't have to put a torch down and blow the thing up. So hopefully what we should find down here is another one of them gas pockets. And what I have found out is, I had a quick look at the pump. It turns out this is a gas pocket. Oh yeah, look, I've got loads of effects on me. Right, so if we put down the air pump, give it a redstone signal, is what it asked for. Let's give it one of them. Give it an adjacent tank, is what it asked for as well. And then we can wind this by hand. And there we go. Check that out. That is a lot easier than I expected it to be. We are getting natural gas in that tank by the look of it. Very good. That's a tank full of natural gas. That was nice and easy, wasn't it? And what I can do is, that ancient sand that I got, you can cook that into... Oh, look at that. Ooh, void bottle. Interesting. You can cook that into these guys. So heat resistance glass from that ancient sand. So it gives me an empty bottle, which I can put natural gas in, an empty bottle, which lets me complete that quest. Excellent. Oh, what's this? This is scuba tank, air compressor, and air compressor. So this is the next level of mariculture underwater Jack who stores stuff. Cool. So there we go. We've got a bit of that natural gas. Now, give a bit of a torch here as I go back to my base. I've been on all this different type of power and stuff, and I started looking at mechanism. And most of the mechanism stuff is a bit beyond where I am now. It's a lot of osmium plates, a lot of stuff from the carpenter. But what I did look at, and I was very pleased to see, now I need to work out which way south. See if I've got my bearings right. I think I'll be going this way. So we'll go for the surface. What we should have is mainland. I don't think that's the mainland. I think the mainland's that way. So yeah, let's have a quick look at this. In mechanism here, check this out. I was looking, I thought, I remember when I played with this before, there was some quite easy to use power sources. So the electrolytic separator separates hydrogen and oxygen. That requires quite a few things. And I thought, oh, look at the heat generator, and that, look at that, a furnace, some copper, an osmium ingot, some iron ingots, and some wood. Really easy to make. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one of them. And that, there's two ways of powering it. You can have it passive with lava around it, or you can have it active by feeding it lava, or well, feeding it any combustible, so wood, coal, lava, stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create myself a little passive power gen that I can use for making stuff like steel, like iron plates and things like that, and getting a little bit of stuff on the go. Right, it's going to take me a while, I think, to get back to my base. So I've got water breathing and night vision still, yeah. So I'll meet you back at my base and we'll make a little heat generator. I think I'm going the right way. I think I want to be over just over there. My base is, I think. Oh, yep, there we go. Look, you can see my thing. It's quite scary going out with no map. I do enjoy it though. I kind of keep a rough idea which direction you're facing. So I am confident I am facing south. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that node while we're here. But there's one thing I am not bad at is knowing which way I'm facing. I've already been out here before because that's been scanned. Must have seen that when I had a little look out on these islands. Right, meet you back at my base. Back at my base then, let's get this put together nice and fast. I shall use this one, and I'm going to go 3 of them, 1 of them, 2 of them, 2 of them, and 1 of them. Bam, gets me a nice quick heat generator. Now these have got a few different properties. One, you can put solid fuel source in there and it'll generate power. Secondly, you can put a liquid fuel source in there and it'll generate power. And thirdly, you can have it generate passive power by surrounding it with lava. So what I've got here, I've got a little cage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to knock a hole in the wall at the back there. And if I am playing this chunk loaded, that back one won't be chunk loaded. Never mind. What I'm going to do is, this might be a little bit tricky. What do I want to do here? Let me put that there for a second, and I'm going to drop a bucket of lava, followed by the heat generator. Right, so bucket of lava, heat generator. And what you're going to see in here is this is storing RF. It's only creating with that. I believe it's creating 2 RF a tick, so it's not a massive amount by any means. What I should be able to do now, another bucket of lava. Should be generating 4. So 3 more buckets of lava, 6, 8, 10. And then we're getting a nice 10 RF a tick. Not great, not a massive amount. I could of course make loads of these, they're cheap to make, but I don't want to go nuts with it. I want to keep it a bit steady. So I'm going to use this as a little temporary. It's a temporary, but well, not temporary. I could keep it permanently, but it's a little free power source. So it's hardly no building. Uses lava that we've already got. We can of course make more lava using our earth and fire essence seeds, plants. So if I break that guy, come here, get 1 more bucket of lava from over here. My base is all very runabouty. I've got to run all over the place. Nothing is in the same room. That's a part of the design choice, I guess. That it's something I have to put up with. Bam. There we go. So I can replace that and that. A nice little lava, nice little power source on the wall there. So with a kinesis pipe off the front of it. The first thing I'm actually going to use is I'm going to get my rolling machine. And I'm going to put my rolling machine down in the middle of the floor here, and I'm going to run power to the rolling machine. Excellent. And look what I've got here. I have got steel. I want 12 bits of steel to start me off. You see there, that's produced that power nice and quick. What I'm going to do, of course, as you can tell by the roof here, is I am going to tap into there, click on that to get the last one. That's going to start making me my pulsating chipsets. I need to put a chest there before I forget. What if it puts them into there? Probably doesn't. Here's an inventory next to it, so it might do. I'll see. So there we go, we've got 12 steel plates. What I can do with them is get myself 6 of them. I need more glass panes as well. Glass panes are in, glasses in there. Quickly do another quest here then. We can go, so 16 of them. Let's have steel tank. And what I can now make with, I need that. I need some iron bars, I'm sure of that. Iron bars, so I can make myself 8 of them, and 8 of them, and 8 of them. Easy as that, and bam, there is our next quest. Done. We have done Steely Resolve. Gets us another 24 steel tank walls, more golden fluid pipe. So that's all good. And then our other steel thing in here is steam engine, high pressure boiler, firebox, and liquid fueled firebox. I'll get the bits ready for that, and then we can call that an end to the episode with that one done. How much faction have I got? Up to 71. So do I have a new quest perhaps? What the world is built from. Check that out. I've got Certa certification, and that'll be Certa seeds. And of course, because I've now got steel, which has been cooking up in here, we've got a bit more in there. Have got any more? One coal coke. What I can do in there now is put a bit of coal coke in there and put a bit of steel back in. I think I'll only probably do with 2 of these. Well, that's going to get me is refined steel. That's reminding me that I need to get these osmium, cobalt and ardite seeds as well. So what does that need? Okay, so I've got all them things. Can add them things in, get myself an essence of Certus quartz, and then make myself Certus quartz seeds, which uses that. And also uses refined steel. I need to make a load of these runes. I'll say they're quite heavy to make. There we go, we've got our first bit of refined steel there. Excellent. Right, I'll make the final bits for that other steel quest, and I'll wrap up. I've got my steel, I can put that in there now. What do I want to do in here? I want just 2 of these. Bam bam, gets me a high pressure boiler tank, wonderful. And then come to this one, I've got all the bits ready for our liquid fueled firebox, and finally into this one I've got all the bits ready for our industrial steam engine, and that lets us claim that reward. And I think we're almost done. So apart from making the air compressor and stuff in there, we're 96%, so we're nearly done on that one. We're nearly done on quite a few things actually. So including the world is the one that, and the way the world feels, which is the witchery one of course, are the ones I've got a lot to do still. So yeah, we've got our little power source there. Still haven't got any of these mint, but it's getting there. And I think on that note, with the wolves howling, I think I shall wrap up. So thank you as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I'm getting, you may see some little red blocks floating about. I am clearing out, I've got the filler set up again downstairs. I made a couple more pumps. Shut up, wolf. I made a couple more pumps so I can get the combustion engines going. So I've got the filler working down below ready to get the engineering level built. And then we can start putting all this thing together and make it like one living base rather than a lot of separate stuff shut in rooms. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. Cheers. Bye.